is the deal, folks? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tyler Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. And if it's your first time visiting the channel, let me say welcome. Let me also say thank you for checking it out. But do me a favor, don't subscribe to my channel yet. Get an idea who I am and what this channel is about and what my beliefs and all that stuff is before you jump on board. By doing that, it's going to help you in the long run. Trust me, it's going to help you if you're going to end up participating in the live chats, all kind of stuff. Trust me. Get an idea who I am. And how do you do that? Go on my channel, right? You can see where to say playlist. Click on playlist. It's going to bring up a bunch of different videos, right? Click on everything that has nothing to do with reaction videos. Don't look at me reacting to videos. Don't look at me reacting to try not to laugh videos. Don't look at me reacting to try not to cringe videos. Look at everything else that I do and things that I talk about so you can actually know who I am and what I'm about before you jump on board. And if you are of the faith, then do me a favor as well. You can subscribe to this channel right here. Oh God, this is crazy right here. See that? That little black box right there. You see that? It might be a little dot that's going to pop up right there. And that's how you get over to my other channel. It's called MRM Ministries, where I do a lot of things reacting to Christian music. And I'm doing things where we talking about Christian related stuff, which is pretty much human related stuff. But you just get it from a perspective of a Christian, how Christians should react, yada, 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 peanut butter. Okay. What's going on, guys? So y'all can see from the title that this is me doing a rotor change. If you are driving your car, and I'll explain what a rotor is, it's pretty much the distance in on your wheel or on your hub that your brakes press down on to slow your car down. So you would know most likely if you need to have your rotors changed. If you're driving your car and there's a little bit of wiggle in the wheel, that's a sign. But then another sign can be that if you are driving your car, especially when you go to brake, the whole steering wheel go like whoop, 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 whoop. That's a good sign that you need your rotors changed. So in this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to change your rotors for a, for me, it's my Toyota Tundra 2012 Toyota Tundra, and a 12, 13, 14, one or the other. I forget, I keep forgetting. But anyway, I'm going to go right on into it, and hopefully I give some good instructions with it, and it can help somebody out there that may have a truck of similar size, whatever like that, rotors, front brakes, and all that too, because the front brakes on this truck is different than the front brakes. The front brakes that's on this truck is different than the back brakes. It's not your traditional disc brakes where you can just, you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. All right, so anyway, I'm going to go right on into it. All right, here we go. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned, y'all might see a few interruptions in here because I'm watching this video along with you guys and going in here and catching things that I might have forgotten, anything like that. But when you do this, when you jack your car up, make sure your car or truck, make sure you jack it up in the proper spaces. That's, you can find it in your manual, in your car manual, the thing that people hardly read. It'll show you where you can jack your car up or truck up. And when you do that, make sure that you have some jack stands with you. Okay. The stands that actually the car will rest on versus the jack itself. Make sure you have some jack stands just for safety. And in this particular video as well, I have already, taken my tire off. And since I'm doing the left tire or the passenger front, I'm sorry, the driver front, see what I'm doing is I'm doing the driver front wheel. And once I had it raised up, I rotated the wheels all the way to the right. So I rotated them to the right. This might look like left on the screen, but anyway, I turned my wheels all the way to the right. That way the brake bracket can stick out, okay? So that's just one little point I just want to throw in there, okay? All right, so I'm gonna show you guys this little brackets I'm gonna pull out right here, okay? Because it has a hole right here in this pin right there. I'm gonna pull from here, here, and right here. So give me a second. Okay, so I'm showing you where I pulled the pin out at right here. Out of these two pins you see sticking out right there. This little wire bracket here, I pulled it from out here and down here. Both of those have little pieces you can just pull straight out, okay? And then there is another clip right here that you see. I'm gonna show you what this looked like before I pull those out. These little holes here, see they were in there like that. And a little hole right there, okay? And all I'm doing is pulling those in like that, pull them out. But those pins have to come out right here, okay? Those pins right there, the pin here, I tapped it with a hammer. Then I'm gonna show you something else I did to get it all out with a screwdriver because it is a little rusted in there, so it's not sliding out as good. So I'll show you how I got it out of there. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get my hammer and my screwdriver. A pretty small screwdriver, a thin one that can fit through there. So I started off, I was just tapping it out like this, just nice little light taps to tap them pins out right there. Okay. All right, sorry, trying to do this all with one hand, folks. So this is what I did. I stuck the screwdriver in there just like that. Okay. And tap the back of the screwdriver lightly. You don't have to hit it hard. Make sure it's lining up with the little hole in there. pop it right out. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one down here. Just put my little screwdriver in there and just to give some light little taps to it. I told you it's kind of hard doing it with this camera. Everything one-handed, so I'm gonna try to focus this camera up there so you guys can see me do it. So just bear with me as the music plays. Okay, let's see here. I think that's right. I think that's focusing it pretty good. There we go. I'll put it right in here. And here, let me see. Get it lined up right. As you can see, I'm a little off. I don't have it completely in that little hole that the pins was in there. So here we go. There we go. See? Just tapping it just like that to get that pin to come out. Got a lot of rust on it. So it's probably the first time these rotors been changed. Okay, my little bracket came right out. That little bracket right there. Okay, moving on. Let me see what I have up here next. Sorry, I'm repeating this over, guys. Right there, I'm gonna use my C-clamp to squeeze those in against the calipers so I can slide the brakes out. I'll show you guys what this look like. I might have to skip through this to show that process, but that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty much putting it on there like that. I'm gonna use the C-clamp to squeeze it, so I'll show you guys what it look like. So I use the C-clamp to squeeze right there to get the brake loose, and like I said, I showed it right here. I just turned it onto it, turned it on down here to squeeze it in to get the brake calipers to push back. And then just gonna pretty much reach in and slide the brake pads out of there. Now, of course, I probably need two hands to do this a little bit, but if it seems like it's kind of hard to get out, just put some WD-40 in there. You can spray it in there to help slide it out, but I'm gonna just go ahead and just pull them out just like this. And there it is, the brake pad. Got some good meat on it, so you don't need to necessarily change them unless they are unevenly worn. You don't need to change the brakes unless they're unevenly worn from all the wobbling going inside there with the wobbling going on from the rotors, and might have uneven wear on the brake pads. Okay, so I'm getting ready to just take this other one off. Nothing really to it, guys. I might kind of skip ahead just to show you. Okay, so I'm just pulling the other brake pad out right here. Giving it a little bit of wiggle. And there it is, just open. And there's the rotor right there. Rusty as can be. Now these are the two bolts that you want to take off right here, but be careful because there's a brake line in here that's set in a particular way. You do not want to damage it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to hang the brake caliper. The brake bracket, better yet. I'm sorry, don't know all the mechanical words for it, but the brake housing, the brake pad housing, some people would say. So anyway, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, guys, so I can, let's see, a second here. Okay, now here I am getting ready to, hold on, let me slow this down. Breaker bar on here on that bolt, it makes it a lot easier to take it off. So here it is right there, the breaker bar. Trying to give you guys a good picture and all that, so it'll be understandable. And I'm just going to push down at this end to break that bolt loose. And break just simply means to loosen it, guys. So I don't want nobody to be like, he said to break it. It's a breaker bar because it's used to break loose, tighten bolts. So got that one loosened up right there. Now see where my hand is by that brake line? That is set. It's not nothing that's really flexible. So you do not want to bend that when it comes off. And I'm going to show you what I did with it. So this lower bolt right here is the other one that's going to come off too. Same exact thing I did with the first one. We're going to put the breaker bar on there. and break it loose. So this is me just unscrewing the top bolt, which I'm going to end up putting back in there because I'm going to use it as an anchor a little bit. You guys are going to see. Okay, so this is me getting ready to do the other one right here. You know, like I said, be careful of that brake line. And I took this bottom one out already. Okay, but I put the top bolt back in there so it can anchor and it won't slide off and break that brake line up there, because the brake line is set. And what I mean by that is that line you see is welded, well, bent that particular way to where you're not supposed to bend it. Otherwise, if you break that brake line, you got to go get a new one. So you don't want to do that. But the nut right here has to come off in order for that to move, okay? Just letting you know, and I'm going to hang it by this bungee. So I'll show you what it looked like once I took the little bolt off, and I'm going to hang the brake bracket. But yep, do not mess with that. Nope, 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 nope. You don't want to bend that at all. So I'm getting ready to take this little bolt off right here, and I'm going to show you guys how I hung it, okay? So I'm just taking it off. I'm just letting you know I'm taking it off, better yet. This bolt right there. Okay, and I'm going to move on from that. I'm just unscrewing it, and I'll show you guys what's next. Here it is. I got the brake bracket hanging. I showed you how I did it with this bungee here, and notice that I have not bent that brake line or anything. That brake line, it stayed just like it was. I just moved it over to the left and hung my brake housing, or your brake caliper housing or brake bracket. I just hung it just like this, and right there you see is the rotor, and most of the time you can just slide right on off. This one wiggled off. It probably wiggled off because there was so much wiggling going on anyway from it being like it was. But anyway, so I'm just gonna try to set this camera down so I can show you guys. I'm just gonna slide off. A lot of times if it don't come off easy, just hit it with a rubber mallet. If you're changing the rotor to a brand new one, you can hit it with a regular hammer too if you put on a brand new one. I'm just saying how good this right here just rolls over and turns, whatever, like that bearing. Okay, and here we go. Let me see the brand new rotor right here. I'm not gonna say where I got it from because this is not a sponsored video, and I do not want to get in trouble for it. So there's the rotor there. I'm gonna just put it up, line it up with line it up right there, here, and I'm gonna just put it on there. Line the holes up and just put it straight on. I'm trying my best not to touch the actual rotor surface. It comes with an oil on there too, guys, just let you know, to keep it clean and whatever like that. So you can spray it with brake cleaner and wipe it off, or you can drive your car and just hit the brakes, you know. But we'll get to that, that's another story. I didn't clean it off, I just put it on there. You guys are gonna see it. I drove my truck through a parking lot and just kind of pressed on the brakes to get the heat to warm up the rotors. Once that heat warms it up, it kind of pretty much burns that surface off. So anywho, showing you how that is on there. There's the new rotor, and I'm getting ready to put this bracket back on here. There is a little trick, you know, if that rotor, see how it's kind of leaning out to the side on the bottom, I'm going to put one of the nuts on there, one of the lug nuts, to keep it straightened up once, so I can put the brake housing, brake bracket, caliper housing back on there right. So I'm going to put it right here, as you can see. And that's going to help straighten that rotor up on the hub. And once it's straightened up there good, it's going to make it a lot easier to put that bracket up there so you won't have no play at the bottom of that rotor. Okay, see that? And I'm screwing it on even more so that rotor can be on there straight. Okay, and I'm just going to put the bracket back on there. Listen to the music as you watch. Listen to the music as you watch. Okay, yep, see, I'm just putting it on there like this, and what I'm doing, I'm going to slide it in where it's supposed to go, but I'm going to take that top nut and put it in there and let that serve as an anchor, okay? I'm just screwing it in there, hand tightening it, just so it can serve as an anchor over that rotor, like so. And as you see, I did not bend that brake line or anything at all. Yep, and I'm just gonna put the bottom nut on there, right here. See that? I put the bottom nut right there. I'm just gonna hand tighten it in there, right here. I know y'all see Cavalier back there and my tire. Don't hate on the gloves. Don't hate on the gloves. I carry them with me everywhere I go. I know some of y'all gonna comment like crazy on there. Dude, just get you some. No, I don't want to. Leave me alone. It was a day where they didn't wear gloves. Okay, so it's back on there. It's hand tight, but I'm gonna actually tighten it up tighter, of course. Once I get that hand tight, I'm gonna use my breaker bar to do it. There is something you can use that can put it on there with the proper torque, a torque wrench. You can do that. I have one, but pretty much if you get it to where it's tightened really, really good, not too crazy hard, but just tightened enough where it just stops. Once it gives you that feeling like, I'm not gonna move no more, I'm gonna stop, then just stop at that point right there. Just so it doesn't give you the play. No play. Okay, just give it a little bit more crank like that. See? That's it. And now I'm gonna do the bottom. I think I just already did the bottom. I'm just cleaning this out right here, guys. It might have dust and from the brakes on there, brake dust. So I'm just using a toothbrush to clean it out. A really hard toothbrush. It's a hardened toothbrush. Some people use the metal wired brush, whatever like that, but I'm just using this right here. Just a hard toothbrush. That's all it is. Just to clean all this out. See, look at that. Make sure you get away from that. It might have a mask on so you don't breathe none of that crap in. Because I think it does contain carcinogens if you breathe it in. Okay, so I'm just cleaning this out really, really good. I'm going to probably hit it with some WD-40 just so I can slide those brakes back in there, the brake pads back in there. Better yet. Okay. See y'all with me. There, but underneath the car, further to the right of that video, I do have a jack stand underneath there as well. Always stay safe. Always. Okay, I know you guys are like, what in the world is this thing doing? I'm trying to weld this with one hand. So I'm going to slide the brakes in there just like this, okay? But I'm going to put, like I said, I'm going to put the WD-40 in there. Okay, see my jack stand? I told you I had it up there. I wouldn't lie to you. And this curvature right here, make sure it curves along with how the rotor is. So from that side, see how it is? It curves that way. And that's the way you want that to curve. See, you gotta make sure it curves the same way as that rotor, just like that. And then it's gonna slide straight in, just like that. I pushed it a little too far back, but just, you know, once I get it back up there and put the little pins back in there, it's gonna help line it up. So again, just trying to do this all with one hand. I guess I could have sat the camera down on the tripod, but I just, you know, when you're doing stuff like that, you in the moment, you're not thinking. So I just showed you guys, I just slid it up into its proper place. I'm using the screwdriver right here just to make sure that it's lined up. Just like that. Push it back a little bit more. I'm gonna wiggle it a little bit with my hand and make sure it's pushed in, so now that brake is in the right spot now. You can use the pins that came with it, but you're stuck in reverse, so they might not come back out too easy. So I already pushed the other one in there as well. Like I told you, I hit the bottom part of it. With the WD-40 to slide in there good. Okay? Alright, now all there's left to do is pretty much just to put the pins back in there, which I'm going to spray those with some WD-40. I know people are like, you spray WD-40 on the concrete? I put kitty litter on there and end up cleaning the stuff up, so don't worry. Environmentalist. I just need the earth. 0.000 of the trillionth of a billion and killing warmer. Just anyway, the pin was kind of rusted, so again, there's going to be a little bit for them to slide in there. I just put a little WD-40 on there, have to slide them in there. Yeah, I'm going to break my hand. But I'm going to just tap it in there nice and easy like this here. And the bottom one is a little different. I think I made a mistake in here too. Because I'm going to put the bottom pin in there without putting that bracket, the wire bracket in there yet. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. That's ivory and bud. Again, you can tap it in there with the hammer. Don't do this yet though if it's the bottom one, because you do have to put that bracket on it. Which I'm going to go back. See, I did this in all its rawness. I got to knock that pin back out so I can show you guys how that bracket is supposed to go in there. Remember there's a bracket on the bottom pin that goes into those little holes. So yep, I got to go back and take this out. Okay, so give me a second here guys. I'll take a pause to show you what I did. This is me putting the wire in there, but I got to put the bracket back, so hold on. That's the bracket I'm talking about. That bracket right there that the pin went through. Anyway, that hole right there is where you want to put that pin into.
that hole and that hole. Put that bracket back in there, and pretty much the rotor is set. I'm going to take that lug nut off on the bottom and put the tire back on, and it's set to go. There's my jack stand. I told you. Now what you want to do, make sure you go back inside, pump the brakes until that sucker gets really, really hard so you can push that fluid back into those calipers, and those calipers press up against those brake pads. The brake pads kind of press up against the rotors, like so. Okay? And that's it, folks.
Alright, so you guys just saw that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff I could have done a lot better. It was my first time doing it, so shoot. So, people out there who gave me advice last time, like I did, if you were here, let me know. I already know what you told me about the brake thing, about the brake fluid, change the brake fluid out, because you don't want any settings to have like the brake lines to, But yeah, I thank you for that advice. See anything here that I put them on there. They've been on there for about 2 days. No wiggling in my wheel, steering wheel better yet. And again, I learned this from a program that I like Tuesdays was a day. A lot of the guys, mechanics would come when I would the after-school program, work everywhere to go. Not have to, but we would take it to but we were taken to a mechanical garage, and we sat there, and the mechanics told us how to do these different things like this. This is different things that they showed us how to do it. So kudos to them. I forget the names of them, but kudos to them for showing us how to do those different things. And that's how I learned it, guys. But other than that, again, if y'all seen any steps in there that was missed, whatever like that, let me know. But I just did it according to how I'm used to doing it. So you have any questions, let me know. And other than that, if I have anything else to happen to one of my 3 vehicles, I will try my best to remember to do a video on it so I can show you guys how I did it. Otherwise, I'm getting ready to check out. Thank you guys for watching, all right? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus.